poor mother wept in joy as her only son graduated with a degree from a prominent institution in Fiji. I repeat, a degree from a prominent institution in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, this mother's dream had come true after years of hard work on the plantation and days spent fishing either at the river or the sea to bring food to the family's table. The dream of this hopeful mother transformed into reality when her son was awarded the Topper's Scholarship. I repeat, the Topper's Scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, without this scholarship, this poor mother and son's dream would have vanished into thin air forever. Hence, dear listeners, I believe our parliament, our government, and our nation is doing a lot for our youth to build a prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people. The Honorable Chief Guest, the panel of judges, invited guests, teachers, fellow orators, and dear students, a warm good afternoon to you all. Today, I stand before you to speak on this year's apt theme for the Commonwealth Day celebrations, and that is Parliament delivering a more prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji has a Westminster Parliament tradition, so it's similar, if you like, the parliaments we see in New Zealand, in Australia, and in other Pacific countries in the structure and the way the Parliament is established. Hence, young people's participation has become a cliche in Western democracies, especially in Fiji. In the case of Fiji, it is a novel concept, not because young people have not participated before, but because they are exposed to new and different ways of involvement. These involvement not only includes participation in government, but also includes youth programs, workshops, and sports. Hence, youths are innovators, creators, builders, and leaders. In fact, dear audience, 1.8 billion, I repeat, 1.8 billion young people are waiting to show the world what they can do, and we must give them a chance. Thus, how we meet the needs and aspirations of young people will define our common future. Furthermore, the truth is that Fiji has been focusing on young people as a public policy. Let me ask you, dear listeners, why governments should be concerned about what is happening to our young people in the Pacific? Why should young people be a focus of public policy? The first is that Fiji's government needs to continue to invest in young people during their second decade of life and beyond to build on the gains. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, in most Pacific countries, over half of young people aged 15 to 19 years are in school. For example, alone in Fiji, the gross upper secondary enrollment rate in 2008 was 62.5%. I repeat, 62.5%. In Kiribati, it was 71.5%. In the Marshall Islands, it was 70.5%. In Tonga, it was 91%. In fact, dear listeners, young people can only make their communities more productive by engaging in useful work. This is evident, my dear audience, where the Parliament of the Republic of Fiji develops education programs and resources for students and teachers. Our Say is a student and youth engagement flagship. It is a comprehensive education project targeted to students and youth. Our Say includes resources for teaching of Parliament, professional development of teachers, school-based education programs, such as role plays, practice Parliament, and youth networking activities centered on Parliament. Our Say encourages students and youth to be active participants in our democracy. Moreover, the Parliament continues to reach out and educate the public through its Parliament, but it meet the speaker outreach programs involving youth participation. Moving on, dear listeners, in 2014, Fiji held its general elections for the first time since the coup of 2006. The elections had many features which differed from previous elections. One of the major features was the reduction of the voting age to 18 years. I repeat, reduction of the voting age to 18 years. Now, my dear audience, isn't the Fiji's Parliament delivering a prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people? The history, ladies and gentlemen, the history of Fiji is a solid evidence that proves that the Parliament is delivering a prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people. Hence, the 2014 Fiji Elections Office provided a confirmed list of 248 national candidates. It was estimated that young people, individuals aged between 18 to 35 years, comprise about 17%, I repeat, 17% of those on the national candidate list. The representation of young candidates, although small, was significant because of the publicity given to the reduction of the voting age to 18 years and the recognition of the place of young people in politics. Moving on, dear listeners, Fiji's democracy rests on the idea that ordinary people are capable of achieving extraordinary things. The wisdom of government allows the people to improve themselves, to create, to grow, and to contribute building a nation that is more prosperous, more just, and more modern every day. That is what our government attempted to do with its budget of 2016 to 2017, and it is again a solid evidence of delivering a fair future for young people. Firstly, this government has made the improvement of education and just as importantly, equal access to quality education for the poor and people in remote areas as a priority. The 2016 budget for the Ministry of Education stands at $432.2 million, which is an increase of $30.6 million above the 2015 level. Secondly, the government continued funding the highly successful Topper Scholarship Scheme and the tertiary education loan scheme allocated $52.5 million, I repeat, $52.5 million in the small and micro for both schemes. The government also extended TELS to students with disabilities for selected areas of postgraduate studies and for particular medical studies. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, it goes without saying that our young people are Fiji's most precious asset. The Fiji's Parliament again allocated a total of $22.5 million to the Ministry for Youth Development and Sports Programs in 2016 and an increase of $5.8 million to compete in a number of major events overseas. The best example, dear audience, was where for the first time in Fiji's history, the Fiji Sevens rugby team won the Rio Olympics and they became the gold medalists for the first time ever in Fiji. Fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, most recently, the Fijian government introduced a young entrepreneurship scheme, which is an initiative of the Fijian government to help young graduates become job creators rather than job seekers. The successful applicant receives a total of $20,000 as well as training and mentoring services to pursue their dreams. Finally, with all these wonderful opportunities such as Topper Scholarship Scheme, tertiary education loan scheme, youth sports funding, and young entrepreneurship scheme, just imagine, my dear audience, please imagine. Isn't the government of Fiji doing its best possible to deliver a prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people? Isn't the government doing enough for the future for its young people? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with all these facts, it has been greatly proven that yes, Fiji's parliament is delivering a very much prosperous, secure, sustainable, and fair future for young people. Thank you. Vinaka Vakalevu, Dhanivad, Shukriya, Talofa, and Saksya.